The Long Island babies born here today are likely to live until the year 2075. Hello, I'm Howard Schneider, one of the managing editors of NEWSDAY, and I'm standing here in front of the newborn nursery at Huntington Hospital. In fact, some of these babies behind me are likely to live to see the entire 21st century. But what kind of lives will they have? What kind of schools will they attend? What kind of homes and communities will they live in? What kind of new jobs will they find, and how will they travel to work? What kind of environment will they inherit? And how will their lives be different than our lives? Will they have robots do their housework? Will cancer be eradicated? Will they be able to program their own children so that they can have boys with blue eyes or girls with above average intelligence? Will they still use gasoline to get to work? And will the traffic ever get better on the Long Island Expressway? To get the answers to those questions and many more, a team of NEWSDAY reporters and photographers has fanned out across Long Island and America. The results of their work will be published in a new, groundbreaking series called Long Island, Our Future. The project will be launched on Sunday, January 3rd, 1999, and it will conclude on Sunday, January 2nd, 2000, the dawn of a new millennium. For those of us at NEWSDAY who have already worked on the paper's award-winning series on Long Island's past, Long Island, Our Story, one thing is already clear. Long Island, Our Future is even more challenging.
A lot of things are going to be different, like computers and cars.
The newspaper would come in a tiny little cardboard box. You just press a button and it goes.
We don't have pens and pencils because you'll have a computer that'll do everything for you.
Computers are going to be like you can have them in your pocket and just press a button and they'll come out like remote control.
When you get on the bus, they're moving floors that take you right to your seat.
They can take out human brains and cells and put them in a robot, and the robots will be able to do everything that a human can do.
I really can't say what would happen. I'm not sure. I'm just taking wild guesses.
Reporting on or predicting the future has always been unpredictable, whether it's been here at Flushing Meadow Park, the scene of two World's Fairs in 1939 and 1964, or in the pages of a newspaper. Perhaps the most ambitious effort by a newspaper unfolded more than 100 years ago when the staff of Long Island's Brooklyn Eagle tried to report on what life would be like for us in the 20th century. The newspaper predicted, for example, that the automobile and the airplane would revolutionize travel, that electricity would help create a new economy, and that newspapers, in fact, would be delivered by electricity by the end of the century. Of course, they didn't get everything quite right. And that's the way it's been, hits and misses, lots of misses for prognosticators of the past.
It's very difficult to try to predict future developments. Every now and then there's something brand new that comes along, like the solid-state transistor chip development, which was never forecast, which made possible the computers as we know them today.
But NEWSDAY's Long Island, Our Future project will be different from anything that has come before. It will employ the reporting power of NEWSDAY's Pulitzer Prize-winning staff. It will begin with what we know and what's already on the drawing board. We won't only pose the questions, we'll find the answers. Already, the State Department of Labor has identified 40 hot jobs for the next decade, and we'll tell you what they are and how you can get ready for them. Already, the State Department of Transportation is working on a plan for the next 20 years. But will the plan work? Already, scientists predict that the sea level on Long Island will likely rise an inch a decade, or at least a foot in the next century. But what will that mean for Long Island? At the core of the project is a 52-week newspaper series appearing in the news section of NEWSDAY 4 days each week, totaling more than 400 pages over the course of the year. We will begin with a special report on the changing face of Long Island. planners project that by 2020, Hispanics and Asians will be the 2 largest minority groups on Long Island, and the number of people living here over 85 will double. Long Island Our Future will be organized around 12 themes, and each month we will explore in depth how Long Island will likely change in each of these areas 10 years from now, 20 years from now, and even to some extent 100 years from now. The themes will range from one on how Long Island's classrooms will likely change, whether we'll have year-round school or one giant consolidated school district, to a look at the future of county and town government, to a report on 21st century values and whether they'll be any different than they are today. Each month, in addition to the theme stories, we'll have special features. The findings from a major future poll of Long Islanders done by Lou Harris and Associates, commissioned exclusively for NEWSDAY. And there'll be special pull-out sections relating to each month's theme. Some of the special sections include the cars we'll be driving, or maybe they'll be driving us, and the homes we'll be living in. Perhaps still colonials on the outside, but computerized on the inside. And we'll begin the series by giving our readers a present, their very own copy of that Brooklyn Eagle of 100 years ago. There will be a website devoted exclusively to Long Island Our Future, a school curriculum tied to the project, and a special Student Millennium page that will appear in the news section. There will be a weekly TV segment jointly produced with News 12 and regular radio features. Special events each month will be tied to each of our themes, and we'll hold a major conference with leaders and innovators from all over the country debating the future of Long Island, a community that 50 years ago gave birth to suburbia and only 30 years ago was the fastest growing place in all of America. Long Island no longer is the fastest growing place in the United States, although it remains one of the most desirable locations in the country. People still flock here for a chance to buy their own home, send their kids to terrific schools, breathe fresh air, and walk along magnificent beaches like this one at Robert Moses State Park. But what will Long Island be like in 10 years or 50 years? Will we lose our identity and be swallowed up in a sprawling New York megalopolis? Will we finally be joined to Connecticut, not by a bridge, but by a channel? Will we see a maglev Long Island Railroad in our lifetime? Will high-rise condominiums sprout along the South Shore to meet the needs of Long Island baby boomers who will be retiring in great number in less than 10 years? Come with us at NEWSDAY as we continue our journey into the story of Long Island, as we provide a guide, if you will, for Long Island and Long Island's families into all the excitement and the opportunities of a brand new century. As always, we welcome your support, we encourage your involvement, we solicit your input into a project that we believe will inform and educate and inspire anyone who cares about Long Island. So fasten your seatbelts and get ready to go where no newspaper has ever gone before.
Well, I helped land men on the moon in this century, the 20th century. But when I try to think about what's going to happen in the 21st century, I would agree it with Shakespeare. I'd say what is past is prologue, or you ain't seen nothing yet.